Hey y'all, it's Sarah, your friendly neighborhood bookworm. Today's book talk is a 3-for-1 deal. We will be looking at 3 books that fall under the category of strong girls in a make-believe world. 2 of today's novels fall under the fantasy category and 1 under science fiction. Each novel is great for those in 8th through 12th grade or adults who just love young adult books. Why these 3 books specifically? 5 simple reasons. Number 1, great plots that just pull you in. 2, strong female leads, but these strong female leads also have room for growth and you see some of their flaws throughout the novel. Number 3, touch of romance, which just adds a little something to the story. Number 4, lots of action and adventure. Some points in each of the books, they're hard to put down because of how much is going on. And number 5, all are fantastic books when wanting to kind of escape from reality, even for just a little bit. So the first book we will be looking at is actually 5 novellas in one. It is by the wonderful Sarah J. Maas. Published in 2014, The Assassin's Blade is the prequel to her highly successful Throne of Glass series. Celaena Sardothien is the most feared assassin in her kingdom. But how she got there is a story lined with struggles and grief. As a trained member of the Assassin's Guild under the guide of Eroben Hamel, Celaena doesn't trust many. One person she does trust is her fellow assassin Sam. When a joint mission with Sam reveals the unsavory reality of her master, Celaena and Sam begin their rebellion from the guild. Eroben is not easily swayed and separates the two, sending Celaena to the Red Desert to train under the Mute Master. But even that journey is filled with small adventures showing that the most notorious assassin has a heart for those who struggle. Under the guidance of the Mute Master, she becomes even more dangerous and deadly, forging a friendship that offers a way out of the Assassin's Guild and Eroben, as well as advice to ponder over. If you can learn to endure pain, you can survive anything. Some people learn to embrace it, to love it. Some endure it through drowning it in sorrow or by making themselves forget. Others turn it into anger. But no matter how hard she tries, no matter how hard Sam tries, the thumb which they live under continues to press. Everything is on the line. If she cannot succeed, she is doomed to die. My name is Celaena Sardothien, and I will not be afraid. If you end up falling in love with Celaena and want to know what else happens to the young deadly assassin, the rest of her story is completed in the 8-book epic fantasy series, starting with Throne of Glass, which picks up right at the end of The Assassin's Blade. If you're not in the mood for assassins, wanting something more magical, check out the book by Rin Chupeco from 2017 called The Bone Witch. In the 8 kingdoms, every person is gifted with a heart glass necklace on the 3rd day of the 3rd month of their 13th summer. The heart glass fills with a color to represent their standing: pinks and reds for normal citizens, purple for common witches, or silver for those truly powerful. Taya comes from a family of witches, but their gifts are respected. Both her sisters are witches, which means their heart glass filled with the color purple, one becoming a forest witch to heal the sick, and one a water witch providing fortunes. When Taya's gift manifests, it's by raising her older brother from the grave, identifying her as a feared bone witch. I understand now why people fear bone witches. Theirs is not the magic found in storybooks, slaying onyx-eyed dragons and rescuing grateful maidens from ivory towers. Theirs is not the magic made from smoke and mirrors, where the trap lies in the twitch of the hand and the trick of the eyes. Nor is theirs the magic that seeds runeberry fields, whose crops people harvest for potions and spells. This is death magic, complicated and exclusive and implacable, and from the start I wielded it with ease. As only one of 2 in existence, Taya is forced to leave home to train under the only remaining bone witch and become an Asha. Her journey brings her in the presence of royalty, tough training to become an Asha that interacts with the wealthy, and a plot that could destroy the 8 kingdoms. Unlike some novels, the Bone Witch is told from dual time periods. One, a young Taya in her journey to becoming an Asha, and the other, a 17-year-old bone witch, exiled to the end of the world, raising monstrous demons from the dead and planning to unleash them on everyone else. Book 1 is only part of Taya's journey. You never fully find out what drives her to become the dangerous exiled woman at the end of the world in the first novel. Her journey continues in 2 other books, The Heart Forager and The Shadow Glass. Not really wanting fantasy and instead wanting something more science fiction? Check out Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Published in 2012, this epic Cinderella retelling is done in new and imaginative ways. The first in the series, the book follows the story of Lin Cinder, a cyborg and gifted mechanic. Living in New Beijing, a deadly virus is rapidly sweeping the city. As someone who's not considered fully human, Cinder knows it would only take the whim of her stepmother to give her away to be tested on in the battle against Lumosis, a deadly disease brought down by Lunars, those who happen to live on the moon. A chance encounter with the Crown Prince Kai reveals secrets Cinder never expected and thrusts her into the middle of an intergalactic struggle between those of Earth and the Lunars with their cruel queen Lavanna. Surviving a plague and a queen bent on killing those in her way may be more than Cinder can handle. Soon the whole world will be searching for her, Lin Cinder, a deformed cyborg with a missing foot, a Lunar with a stolen identity, a mechanic with no one to run to, nowhere to go. But they will be looking for a ghost. Cinder is the first of 4 novels, each following a new girl and her story, but the major plot surrounding the Lunars and the Queen Lavanna flows through all 4, each providing a piece of the story. Already read these books, or not what you're looking for? Check out these novels, all with strong female leads in either a futuristic or fantasy-based world. Or ask your local librarian or bookworm for suggestions that are similar to these books recommended. Thanks for listening in. I'll talk to you all next time.